Hi there, back out in the messy garage today. Got something a little different I want to show you. So let's get to it and I'll show you what I got. I did clean up a little bit out here. That is nice. But as you can see, I still got a bunch of crap in here. What I want to show you is I've been kind of messing with a 3D printer I bought 3 years ago and never turned on. And I like it, but they're awfully slow. So I got myself something new. So let's unbox it and see what we got. All right, so this is the H2D from Bambu Labs. These are supposed to be quite the unit. Let me get a knife and I'll get this thing open and see what we got. They got these goofy little plug things that sit on the side of the unit. And when you undo them, they're supposed to retract. Yeah, it's not really quite working, so I'm just pulling them out. So let's get going here. And more styrofoam. Looks like a box in a box. There you go. This is some kind of an accessory. Check that out in a minute. More styrofoam. They don't splurge on the packing. In the accessory box, it looks like something to hold the filament. Little spool holder and a little toolbox and some different filament swatches. It's cool. Let's see what's in the toolbox. Let's see. Looks like we got some fancy Allen wrenches. No idea what that is. Another hot end. And I don't rightly know what that is either. So we'll have to figure that out. Just looks like another little rubber thingy. Yeah, it just looks like fix-a-kit type stuff. So we'll set that aside. That printer is wrapped completely in that plastic, which is probably a good thing. I'm gonna see where I'm gonna put it in the house. I have no idea where I'm gonna put this thing, so let's figure that out. These are supposed to be like the Apple of 3D printers. Everybody raves about them. I figured I'd try it. I might leave this on here to get it in the house. Looks like you can grab it from these little things and then move it in. It says 2 people have to hold it. So I'm gonna go make a spot and then figure out from there. And it's a little dark, but I found a spot for it for now. I'm going to get that plastic off and then we'll check the inside of it out. Okay, so I took off all the plastic and such. Inside the front door, there's there's 4 of these little screws that got to come out. They give you an Allen wrench to do so. There's these 2 here, one in the corner and one up there. So I'm taking those out now. And these just come out like so. Next thing is to take these 2 out. Then you lift out the AMS unit here, out the top. And there's 4 more little red screws on the inside to get this piece of plastic out. Next, we need to unlock the heat bed. There's some screws down here in the corners and 2 in the back that need to come out. All right, there's some of these zip ties you gotta undo. There was one that was right here, one right here, and the last one is right there. So the instructions say 4 zip ties. You can see them there in the green. Mine only had 3, so I don't see one. Hopefully I'm not missing anything. No, there's one that's supposed to be right here that is not there. And it says to pull this print head forward, which I did, so you can get this giant piece of foam out. Okay, now it says to put the top cover back on it and get this thing ready to put on, like the cat toy. Next, the instructions say to set this on top of here and to go into the accessory box and get a PTFE tube. Accessory box. I'm not seeing a PTFE tube. Oh, I think I just found it. Must be up underneath here. That looks it. Alright, those tubes are not the ones that we need to hook the AMS up with. It's this one. This was inside of the box, taped inside of there. And let's see, remove tape. May as well do all this while we're here. Get rid of all the dryer crap. And this piece of foam needs to come out. Alright, then we're supposed to hook this tube to the back of this thing. Alright, so in the instructions it says to run this tube to the top. And it also says to run this cord like so. What that equates to on the back of the unit, here's the cord. Oops, my hand's in the way. So here's the cord. That plugs into the left-hand side if you're looking at it. And there's a spot on the back of the printer that it plugs into. And then here's your PTFE tube or whatever that comes out of the back and plugs in over here on the very far side, if I can get a better shot there, like so. I already did this, but I took all the stuff from the inside out of there. Let's see, remove outer plastic, install 2 packs of desiccant on each side of empty space. Okay, we'll do that. And there's the dryer stuff on each empty space. All right, next thing is to grab this little plastic doohickey, which is this thing, and install it on the side of the printer. All right, so on the back corner, there is this little doohickey where this plastic thing slides on there. So it goes on like so, and just kind of slides into that slot. And once installed, it looks like so. That's for another roller, obviously. All right, now it's saying to get a thing of filament and load it into that tube, which I will do here in a minute. The next thing says take out safety key on the rear panel, and it won't power up without taking that out. So I'm gonna find that and I'll show you that. All right, so here's the safety key thing. Then you push it in that little slot. This was just taped to the back of the printer. It looks like it's some kind of jumper deal. It's got 2 little ends in it. And it installs right there. It's hard to see, but there's a power switch, the place where you put your cord, and there's a little slot that it goes in right on the top of there, right over top of the switch. And now it says just to hook the power to it and turn on the power switch. So I hooked the power cord to it. I am not going to turn it on yet because I got to get some filament. Let's go back out in the garage and see what's in the rest of those boxes. All right, so I was assuming that AMS unit would come in one of these other boxes. I did get a AMS H2D. That's for high temperature to dry things out more, is what I'm told. Honestly, don't know a whole lot about these, but I'm willing to learn. So, let's open that box, see what we got here. I will say this, their packaging is pretty nice. Okay, so it looks like that is the next thing. Probably the same setup, plugging those tubes in and such. So let's move that out of the way for a minute. And I'm guessing this is just filament. This is what I thought the other AMS Pro unit was. Actually, I'm guessing that's filament. I have no idea what shit is. Okay, that's a bunch of hot ends. This is a vision encoder. So I assume that goes on the bed plate. And this thing is a smooth PEI plate, whatever the hell that is. There's another little box at the bottom. It's kind of smashed. That's got to be the power set up for that AMS thing. I'm sure that goes to that, maybe, guessing. And this has got to be the filament. Yep, that's what that is. Okay. This has 4 colors of filament in it. I'm honestly not sure what that's for, because there's a power cord in here for this thing. Let's see, switching adapter. Maybe that's the switch between the two AMS units or something. Right, I'm gonna get all this set up and then I'll come back. All right, so I got this thing all ready to go, I believe. I've got my AMS2 Pro hooked up with 4 spools. I've got a side spool over there yellow. I am not using the high temp AMS. There's some instructions where I have to pair it, all that kind of thing. I'll show you that in the book. It says to turn this thing on, which I have not done yet. Then I gotta bind the printer, connect both the computer and okay, cool. Anyway, connect the computer, print from the AMS2. We're gonna give that a shot. And yeah, see what happens from there. I would have thought, I think it walks you through where it calibrates itself and does all that groovy stuff. So anyway, we're gonna try that next. I'm filming from my phone, so I gotta use my phone. So I'll do that and I'll come back and we'll see what happens. Okay, it's going through its, there's my reflection, which I didn't want. There, it's going through its setup, doing motor noise cancellation. So I did get it to turn on and it's moving around. This is gonna take about 30 minutes. Once that's all done, we'll see what all happens after that. All right, so this thing's been printing for probably 15 minutes. This thing is insanely fast. It's almost done with this benchy boat thing. And when it gets rolling, that's pretty violent. This thing shakes like crazy. Let's see if it'll do it. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but that's pretty insane. We'll come back in when it's done, but yeah, this is way fast. Okay, so the first print's done. This turned out really nice. It's extremely fast, which I showed you. It did pop up and say I needed to lube the rods and such. So it comes with all that stuff in a little toolkit. So I put grease on the lead screws and oil on the rods. So we should be good to go. So far, pretty impressive. Of course, I've only printed one thing. The whole reason I got this thing is to use as a tool, start making some car stuff, because I'm a car guy. Anyway, I'm gonna start playing with it and I'll show you some stuff as I go. Thanks for watching, and catch you on the next one. Thanks.